Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahai Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. I'm Ariel Zabak out of the GMS Dallas camp. And today I'm entitled this lesson here, a message to Babylon the Great. All right. And the reason why is because, these Edomites, starting with the top banking families and the elites, they know their time is up. All right. They coming against, the prophets through Christianity. And I'm talking black Christianity, because they're still, walking amongst the congregation of the dead. Okay. And it seems like, more and more we're seeing an increase of hatred toward the prophets. And this, because of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai quoted, they don't hate you, they hated him first. And let's see if we can get that. Let's go into that real quick. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. All right, this should be in, yeah. Okay, we can grab the one for, all right, we'll grab verse 9. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 9, and it reads, "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake." You see? And, when the prophets are out there, preaching this truth, you have some people over there in Israel, the small hats, they losing the narrative on the scriptures, because we out there, prophesying, as Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai commanded us, also through the videos as well, bringing out edification to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So they're having a big problem with what's going on through the spirit, because Esau, Edom, he wants to get carnal. And, and what's happening here is spiritual, through the spirit. And we're that altar that Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is using our temples, as a sacrifice, you see? So, we're going to go ahead and get into this topic here. Let's get Isaiah. Chapter 19. And I'm going to start from verse 18, because, judgment is coming upon Babylon the Great before deliverance. So right now, with the prophets going out prophesying, the downfall of these kingdoms, Esau, Edom, he's upset. So we're like, attorneys, lawyers, giving out the judgment. Right now, Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations, they're in trial right now. And our people that are asleep, they want to join hand in hand with Esau, Edom, and it's okay, because, judgment is going to come upon this place. And, 2/3 of our people are already predestined, to be destroyed. So there's nothing, you can do about that. But, keep doing the work, keeping your medicine strong, as our apostle Rakah would say. All right. So this is Isaiah the 19th chapter, verse 18, and it reads, "In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt, speaking the language of Canaan, and swear to the Lord of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction." And that's meaning, that's going into the Hebrew, meaning the Hebrew, when it's talking about the language. And this starts with calling on the right names of the Lord, and throwing up curses as far as the city of destruction. Those are curses being thrown up. All right. Verse 19, and it reads, in that day, letting you know this is future prophecy, shall there be an altar to the Lord Yahweh in the midst of the land of Egypt, Babylon the Great, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. You see, that monument. And what's that? Those are, us proclaiming the word. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true Hebrew Israelites. That's us out there proclaiming the word of the Lord. All right. Let's get a precept to that. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 11 and verse 16. And it reads, therefore say, thus saith the Lord thy power, Yahweh, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, which the Israelites, the Israelite foreigners, because that's part of the curse that you read in Deuteronomy 28 and 64, that we were scattered, throughout the four corners of the earth amongst all the nations. Yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they should come. And that's what we're reading here in Isaiah the 19th chapter, verse 19, And this is talking about the camps, throughout this place, proclaiming the word of the Lord. Let's get another precept. Let's grab 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 9. And it reads, for we are laborers together with the Most High. You are the Most High's husbandry. You are the Most High's building, meaning that temple. Okay. And it reads in verse 16. We'll skip down on verse 16. And it reads, know ye not that you are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? Right. And that's what we're doing with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The 100% truth, starting with our apostles and the elders on down here at GMS, we speaking 100% truth, calling on the right names, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. His name is not God, or his name is not Jesus. The Father's name is Yahweh, which means he exists. And Yahweh Shai means, he saves or he delivers, All right. And let's go back to Isaiah the 19th chapter, and we'll read it again. In verse 19, it reads, in that day shall there be an altar to the Lord Yahweh in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord, all right, Yahweh. And, these are the prophets crying out unto the Lord, those pillars, all right. Verse 20, and it reads, and it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt, which is Babylon the Great. For they shall cry unto the Lord Yahweh because of the oppressors. You see? And this is why Esau, Edom, he's going down. What the scripture said, when the righteous rule it, the people rejoice. And when the wicked is ruling, the people mourn. You see? Roughly paraphrasing. All right. And it reads again, for they shall cry unto the Lord Yahweh because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. And that's Yahweh Shai. You see, coming with the angels, the clouds, the chariots. All right. The Lord of hosts. All right. And that's the deliverance that's coming our way. We just have to continue to be strong. And that's, talking about the elect too, that deliverance is coming to, starting with the 144,000 and a great multitude. All right. Verse 21. And Yahweh shall be known to Egypt, Babylon the Great, and the Egyptians shall know the Lord Yahweh in that day, and shall do sacrifice and oblation. Yea, they shall vow a vow unto the Lord Yahweh and perform it. You see, and that's talking about the chosen and the elect right there. All right. Verse 22. And the Lord shall smite Egypt and shall smite Egypt. He shall smite and heal it, and they shall return even unto Yahweh, and he shall be entreated of them and shall heal them. You see? And this is talking about the Israelites because it says, we shall return. All right. And you can get that in Hosea 6:1. Let's grab it. Let's grab that. Hosea 6:1. All right. This is Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1. And it reads, Come and let us return unto the Lord Yahweh. For he had torn and he will heal us. He had smitten and he will bind us up. You see? So we are healed. We are healed. All right. We're healed through the word. All right. I got another precept. Let's get let's go back and read that again because there was some more in that. This is what's that? All right. And the Lord shall be known unto Egypt. Oh no, that's verse 22 I was in. Salakia. And the Lord shall smite Egypt. He shall smite and heal it. And they shall return even unto Yahweh. And he shall be entreated of them. And he shall heal them. All right. So let's get Psalms 107. Let's grab that real quick. Psalms 107 and verse 20. And it reads, He sent his word and healed them, and he delivered them from their destruction. And that's talking again, going into the chosen and the elect. And that's who was the word given to, it was given to Jacob. And we get that too. And Isaiah, let's grab that real quick while we hear Isaiah 9 and verse 8. And it reads, The Lord sent a word into Jacob, and it had lightened upon Israel. So that's who it was given to. All right, that word. All right, verse 23. And it reads, In that day shall there be a highway out of Egypt to Assyria, and the Assyrian shall come into Egypt, and the Egyptian into Assyria, and the Egyptians shall serve with the Assyrians. All right. And this highway is talking about, let's get that in Isaiah real quick. It's Yahweh Shai. That's who that highway is talking about. But let's get it in Isaiah 35 and 8. And it reads, this is Isaiah chapter 35 and 8. And an highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those, the wayfaring men. Thy food shall not err therein. You see? And that's talking about Yahweh Shai. We can get another account of that in John chapter 14, verse 6. And that reads, Yahweh Shai said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So that highway is talking about Yahweh Shai, all right? Let's get Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 3. And it reads, The voice of him that cried in the wilderness, Prepare ye the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. All right. And that is talking about John the Baptist, because John the Baptist was the one in the wilderness crying. But that highway is speaking of Yahweh Shai. All right. So, today we're the prophets, doing the same thing today, out there on the highways and byways and doing these videos, being the highway, letting this word come out. All right. And that word is being lifted up to our people. And I'm talking about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Let's get Hosea chapter. Oh, first, let's go back and read verse 23 again, because there's some more on that. And I'm going to start from the top. And it reads, "In that day shall there be an highway out of Egypt to Assyria, and the Assyrian shall come into Egypt, and the Egyptian into Assyria, and the Egyptians shall serve with the Assyrians." All right. And that's talking about America, Assyria. And we're gonna get that here. And let's grab Hosea chapter 7 and verse 11. All right. This is Hosea chapter 7 and verse 11, and it reads, "Ephraim also is like a silly dove without heart. They call to Egypt, they go to Assyria." You see, Hosea 9 and 3. We're going to read it. And it reads, "They shall not dwell in the Lord's land, but Ephraim shall return to Egypt." You see, "and they shall eat unclean things in Assyria," which is talking about America. All right. Verse 25, and it reads, verse 24, Salakia. "In that day," which is future prophecy, "shall Israel be the third with Egypt and with the Assyrians, even a blessing in the midst of the land, whom the Lord Yahweh of hosts shall bless, saying, Blessed be Egypt, my people, and Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, mine inheritance." All right. And this is going into the chosen and elect again, being delivered out of America, Babylon the Great, you know. So this is what's getting ready to happen to this place, you know. The chosen and elect about to be delivered, because these heathens, they understand what's happening. You know, we being that altar out there on the highway and byways, you know, being that highway, you know, following the correct doctrine after Yahweh Shah, you know, doing the videos, bringing out edification throughout the four corners of the earth, that the chosen and elect may be sealed. All right. So this is what's taking place, and these devils, they know they have a short time, as you can read in Revelation, the 12th chapter. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahaha Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. Shalom.